Deputy Leader.
Thank you, Speaker. And I rise briefly to add my reflection on a long life well lived by the former and long-time member for Mount Gambier and for Gordon. And I think member for Mount Gambier's put it beautifully, particularly that observation about having hand-delivered his 85th birthday card at the car wash. That's exactly my memory in recent times since Harold had moved to Adelaide, to Urbray in this last decade or so. A glint in the eye, a very practical, down-to-earth, Mount Gambier first, local member first, and you know, that's a tremendous legacy for any of us, and that was Harold all the way through. And I want to particularly reflect on that moment in history. He was not only Minister for Education through the through David Tonkin's government, but of course Minister for Aboriginal Affairs. And the significant moment of the legislation in 1981, the then Pitjantjatjara Land Rights Act, which had come after a lot of work done by the Dunstan government in the last couple of years in particular, then carried on and delivered after a lot of work and negotiation, led by Premier Tonkin, Harold Allison's by his side as Minister for Aboriginal Affairs, and Harold Allison is there in the photos. And there was actually a slideshow display on at Umua last March, when it was about 3 years late for COVID and other reasons. There's a 40-year celebration of that legislation at Umua, and there's a slideshow running. And there, in amongst those 1981 photos, great happiness, is Harold Allison, his bright red open neck shirt, in the crowd of so many happy people gathered there. It's a memory that will stay with me, and I think it's a fitting legacy. Harold wasn't shy about engaging in the public debate about the time since 1981 and the establishment of the pitlands and ongoing now as that legislation has developed. Certainly, it wasn't a moment that for all time solved those very long-standing issues in relation to those who live and own those lands. Far from it, the work continues. But a key moment in history for the Minister for Aboriginal Affairs in 1981, made possible by his dedication to his community as the long-time member for Mount Gambier. Valet Harold, may rest in peace.